Man, oh man. I mean, you guys know why you clicked on this video. You saw the title, you saw the thumbnail. We know what happened last Saturday. Bo Nickal got fraud checked, right? Bo Nickal got fraud checked, but look, man, we're here to put pretty much salt on that wound. And I'm gonna show you two clips, and I'm gonna talk about the Ritter, his last fight, not the Bo Nickal fight, the fight before that, and the Bo Nickal versus Paul Gregg, and then I'm gonna talk about the Bo Nickal versus the Ritter fight. But first, I need to show you two short clips of Bo Nickal, especially this one. This is a very short one about DC saying some comments. And then I'm going to show you another clip about Bo Nickal, being, some people might call it cocky, but I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and call it confidence. But yeah, look at this. Hear this.
Hear things like, DC say, oh, he's not ready for Hamza.
And I'm just going to end that little tiny clip right there with no context because you guys know what he's talking about. DC said that Bo Nickal is not ready for Hamza. That's basically the gist of it. And I'm actually going to move on to the next clip right after he just said that. Look, hear this. Hear this.
What separates us is I have no emotion going out to compete, and I compete smart. He goes 100% from the jump. Yeah. And I think that's allowed him to have these highlights and to throw a guy down like Robert Whitaker and choke him out. But me and Robert Whitaker are two different. That's not the same. That's not the same thing. Yeah. He's not doing that to me. There's zero chance. I guarantee you there's 0.000% chance that he's ever going to do that to me.
And you know what? I like how this guy's just looking at him like, are you serious, my brother? But look, I'm going to be honest with you. I completely agree with Bo Nickal. Hamza will never dominate Bo Nickal like the way he did Whitaker. I completely agree with him. And you know why I agree with him? Because I don't think he will ever get the chance to actually fight Hamza Chimaev. He will never get to that level. He will never get to the level. Buddy, look, I'll be surprised if Bo Nickal breaks the top 10 ever. Like, I know this might be like some hate recency bias, but I'll be surprised if Bo Nickal actually breaks the top 10 ever. I'm not even kidding, dude. I'm not even kidding, dude. But look, I'm going to move on actually to the GM3 versus the Ritter fight real quick. Look, first round, GM3 comes out, pieces up the Ritter on the feet. But don't get me wrong, the Ritter did knock him down at the last few seconds of the fight. And if there was more seconds, I believe the Ritter would have finished the fight. But that's besides the point. Second round comes, GM3 was able to control him. When he got him down, he was able to control him very, very well, the Ritter. I mean, you guys know what happened in the third round. The Ritter finished him. The problem with the Ritter, when I was looking back at this fight, when I was doing before I did my prediction, I always look at the previous fights and analyzing all this. I probably need to stop doing that. But look, the Ritter is very, very awkward on the feet. Very, very awkward at the feet. And I just want to say, before I say anything else, that no, he's not the next coming of DDP, okay? He's not called. A lot of people have been saying that, but that's just recency bias. He's not the next coming of DDP. His defense just overshadows his awkwardness. His defense is actually horrendous. DDP's defense at least is good. At least is good. The Ritter does not have good defense. He gets hit very, very clean. GM3 was having a lot of success in that fight. If it wasn't for GM3 standing in the range that the Ritter wanted, he was having a lot of success in the pocket. I don't know why he kept doing it. Even his own coaches were saying, why are you fighting him at range where that's where the Ritter thrives? Like what? And that's just what happened though. The Ritter GM3 was, I don't know, his IQ went down the drain. He was having a lot of success, and he just fought basically the Ritter's fight. But look, no, that's not the next time in a DDP. Very, very bad defense, but he is awkward. He has a very weird ass jab. It's like a running jab. It's like DDP's jab, but worse, dude. But let's move on to the Paul Craig fight. The first round, Bo decides to keep the fight on the feet, and he actually decides to not go or shoot for a single takedown. Bo was having a little success on the feet, spamming overhands like he usually does. Second round comes by, and I'm not even kidding when I say this. You guys might as well just replay what I just said about the first round. Because he literally did the same for the second and third round. It's not like Bo was also having a technical fight. out there with old man Craig. You know what I mean? The fight, in my opinion, was 3-0, but every round other than the third round in that fight was close. I was a little bit concerned because you could definitely see the step up to Paul Gregg was a little too much. It was a little too much. I won't lie, it was a little too much. And again, let me just say this one more time. Bo Nickal didn't shoot for a single takedown. Like not even to show him that you can take him down. It's kind of a little bit diabolical in my opinion. And that takes me to the Bo Nickal versus Rainier de Ridder fight, man. Because, man, oh man. Again, I did not expect Bo Nickal to lose to this guy. I did expect him to lose, but not to Rainier freaking de Ridder. This might be the biggest fraud check of all time, in my opinion. Like Talbot was a good, like a huge fraud check, but this one might be bigger in my opinion. Even though I'm kind of disrespecting Rainier because he's been a champion in another promotion, but look, let's move on. And look, I want to start off by saying again, I picked Bo Nickal. I was very, very confident on the Bo Nickal pick. And like, I'm just gonna say what I just said. I did think Bo Nickal was going to lose, but not to Rainier. And also after all that trash talk that Bo has been spewing, it's just embarrassing. It's just absolutely embarrassing. And part of it, it's our fault. The people that believed in Bo Nickal. I was eating everything he was saying. Literally, I ate everything up, man. Pause. But how could you not? You know, he is one of the best American wrestlers in the UFC, if not the best. But look, I think everyone's starting to see that being one of the best American wrestlers doesn't really mean much anymore. The game is evolving. And let's just get into the fight. Look, round one, Bo Nickal comes out, you know, good head movement. The first round, you see the Ridder actually throw up the, like the first 5 seconds, you see the Ridder actually throw a knee up the middle because he knows Bo ducks a lot when he throws overhands because, you know, that's what he spams. And, you know, the Ridder clinches up Bo. That's the first knee that we see to the body. The Ridder throws a knee, boom, hits him. Bo Nickal does a little bit of like a Mario Bautista after, you know, he just holds him up against the cage. Lets it go. He lets him go after a minute. And he actually hits the Ridder with a good elbow on the break. Then the Ridder clinches again and tries to take down Bo. But Bo ends up on top. You know, Bo ends up on top. And the Ridder actually has a good scramble. And then he baits Bo in the scramble. And he baits Bo to go for a guillotine. He actually goes for the guillotine. But Ridder ends up on top. And yeah, you know, the round ended basically on the feet, but it was like at the end, you know, he got up like 20 seconds left. Bo Nickal did lose that round, but there was no concern at the time. You know, I wasn't concerned that he was gonna lose his fight. I thought he was gonna, you know, first round he's gonna get the rust up a little bit, you know, get it going. But the second and third round, I thought he was just gonna be a landslide. Oh man, I was wrong. Second round starts, and the Ridder has Bo on the back foot. They end up clinching against the fence again. And then we see the Ridder throw a body again, a knee to the body again. But, you know, it still doesn't look like Bo, like it hurt him or anything. And, yeah, they just, you know, they end up clinching for like a good 2 minutes. They're just dancing around the freaking octagon. The Ridder actually hits Bo with another knee to the body. And that's when you see Bo Nickal retreat. Like, he wasn't showing that he was hurt. Like, oh, I hurt. But you can see that he retreated a little bit. And he throws a 1-2 and takes a deep ass breath. He like takes a 1-2 to keep the Ridder off him. And he takes a deep ass breath after a 1-2. And right after he takes that deep ass breath, the Ridder hits him with a clean ass knee to the body. And I'm not even kidding. That's the exact moment when Bo realized it was over. I saw that knee. I was like, oh yeah. I was like, in my mind, I was like, oh yeah. After that knee, you know, just you could see Bo Nickal just pretty much, you know, go stiff while he was standing, and they were clinching, and the Ridder just spams him with pit pat shots, and then Bo Nickal escapes the clinch for a few seconds, and he decides to go for a straight left, but the Ridder at this point just has his number, has his timing, and hits him with an insane knee to the body again, and makes just Bo Nickal crumble to the freaking ground. And there goes the best American wrestler that we have in the UFC. Not only the Ridder beat Bo, he basically dominated. Because look, Bo Nickal in the first round was it was close, but it was a clear the Ritter round. In the second round, it was all the Ritter. And look, man, from now on, if you want to make it to the UFC, just go to a Dagestani gym, go to a normal MMA gym. Because if you go against a 3 national champion, you could easily beat him in MMA. Like, arguably the greatest American wrestler doesn't mean much anymore. It just doesn't translate to MMA anymore, man. It's not the same. And that's just how far MMA has come. Bo Nickal is like 10 to 15 years too late. He is. And I'm going to end off by saying, man, Bo Nickal and Daniel Cormier is not the same. It's just not the same. Bo Nickal was also not rushed, even though you could definitely see the jump against Paul Gregg, an old man Paul Gregg, but he should have finished. He should have had a better performance against Paul Gregg. He wasn't rushed, just not good enough. And you guys are gonna have to live with that, man. We are gonna have to live with that because I even picked Bo Nickal. I wasn't a fan of Bo Nickal, but I picked him to beat him. You know, I picked him to beat him, and he couldn't even do that, man. Are you serious, my brother? Fraud checked, confirmed, brothers. But yeah, I'm gonna end it up there. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. I know I'm probably gonna get a lot of Bo Nickal fans in my comment section, so make sure you guys don't say bad words so it doesn't like remove it, because I don't remove comments, just YouTube does. So make sure if you don't try to say bad words so I can actually see your comments, because I know I'm gonna get a lot of swear words in my comment section. So make sure you don't do that so I can see your message, so we can have like a normal, normal debate. And yeah, make sure you guys leave a like on this video if you liked it. Make sure you guys hit the sub button, because I want to hit 500 subscribers before the end of the year. I would appreciate it a lot. And with that being said, I'll see everyone very, very soon. Goodbye.